In his epic poem, The Four Quartets, T.S. Eliot offers this revelation, and I quote, "What we call the beginning is often the end, and to make an end is to make a beginning. The end is where we often start from," end quote. For many of us, the introduction of the Fermata to our musical vocabulary and our musical skill marked our passage from the mathematical exactness of notation to a discretionary choice. As a 7-year-old, I was fascinated with this new freedom. My teacher was not amused with my fascination, but fortunately she was endowed with more patience than I deserved. Her words still, to this day, echo in my mind. "Linger, Robert, linger. Don't hurry. Think about the next phrase. Take time. Observe the fermata." Here we are, celebrating the metaphorical final cadence of your Yale opus. Think of these next few minutes as a grand pause on a resounding cadential chord. It is a time to look backward with pride and forward with hope as you continue your journey. With each passing year, I find the decanal task of this charge to graduates to be more daunting. No comment about your artistic and creative skill is necessary or prudent. And counsel coming from a generation that has left you with an impoverished world that is through greed, violence, and ignorance, diminished by its loss of human dignity. Music, according to Voltaire, is one of humankind's 4 basic needs, the other 3 being food, clothing, and shelter. Our art is not merely virtuosic skill concerned with bravura. Music is a custodian of our intellectual, emotional, and ethical values, those things that define who we are as people, as a civilization. Your journey to Yale began the moment you realized that music had chosen you and that any other likely pursuit would be futile. The journey chronicles our lives, our long walk, and your quest and mine for a distinctive musical voice. Let us consider several ways music illumines human dignity. First, music is a life force not bounded by language. Here again, the wisdom of T.S. Eliot. He says, "To produce real music, musicians must cross the threshold of chronological time to establish a rhythmic flow of sound images and silences in an eternal present here and now. They must situate themselves at the intersection of the timeless with time," end quote. Who heard your degree recital in this hall? Does it live in your mind? Does it live in the neural libraries of those who attended? And is it possible, even probable, that your music as energy, as life force, is heard by others in the universe? Indeed, the ineffable wonder and mystery of music has not yet been reduced to a simple equation. Second, music, and indeed all the arts, according to Robert Shaw, testifies the ability of the human brain to select and reject, to relate and combine, and ultimately to achieve order and beauty. He says further, "Are there a billion ways to organize the words of the English language? But there was Shakespeare. Are there a trillion ways to organize simultaneous and sequential pitches? But there was Mozart. Out of confusion and chaos emerge in perfect sequence, symmetry, and breathtaking recognizability a King Lear or a G minor symphony," end quote. Third, music is a bridge of understanding between cultures and people. It holds effective powers of tolerance and respect. Ivan Illich comments that, quote, "It is not so much the words of another that we must learn in order to understand him, but rather his silences. It is through the medium of our pauses that we make ourselves understood," end quote. The musical bridges of understanding convey and transport our human expressions when language and symbols fail us. And finally, the adventure of discovering and developing your distinct musical voice has hopefully been transformative for each of you. Recently, my wife shared Konstantin Cavafy's poem entitled Ithaca with me. Ithaca is the Grecian isle in the Ionian Sea, not the city where some of you resided while at Cornell. The poet paints a picture of the joyous journey to Ithaca, seeing new harbors, shopping at Phoenician trading stations, meeting different people. And he implores the reader not to hurry the journey, to pause. Upon arrival at Ithaca, the traveler finds that the journey itself was Ithaca's gift. The final stanza reads, "And if you find her poor, Ithaca won't have fooled you. Wise as you will have become, so full of experience, you will have understood by then what these Ithacas mean." At the Yale School of Music, I hope you have found a place that teaches you to develop your native talent, to compete against yourself, and to embrace your musical gifts. We have tried to inculcate in you a call to cultural leadership. If your Yale opus was transformative, you will leave this place with a thinking heart and a feeling mind. A thinking heart and a feeling mind. Simply put, your worldview as an artist will be marked by humility and vulnerability, by a sense of passion for what you do and compassion for those you serve through your art. William Sloane Coffin, one of Yale's revered chaplains, said that Socrates had it wrong. It is not the unexamined, but finally the uncommitted life that is not worth living, Coffin said. There is a difference in having success and in being successful. If we use music selfishly, we paradoxically impoverish the values that music seeks to exalt. The birthright of music for humankind is our responsibility, especially in a tormented world. Rabbi Tarfon's Talmudic wisdom reverberates clearly. You are not required to complete the work, but neither are you free to desist from it. Throughout his life, Robert Louis Stevenson was often sick. His accomplishments in literature were all reached despite the handicap of weakness. One particular night of illness in childhood, his nurse found him out of the warm bed with his nose pressed against the cold, damp window. "Come to bed, Master Robert. You'll catch your death of cold," she cried. But the young boy was entranced by the work of the old lamplighter going down the street in the dark Edinburgh nightfall. "Come and look," he called to his nurse. "There's a man going down the street making holes in the dark." Oversee the fermatas in your life. Take advantage of them. Take them regularly in your journey, and be strengthened and comforted by the pauses, the reflection, and the silence. With thinking heart and feeling mind, make holes in the dark with the beauty and the light of your talent all through the world. God bless you.